G'day guys. I seem to go through a fair few used laptops with my hobby, and it's always important to thoroughly test them when receiving them to make sure absolutely everything works as it should. So today, I thought we would go through everything I do when thoroughly checking a laptop. To start off, I just examine the outside of the case for any severe damage, so cracks, anything like that. Not too worried about scuff marks or light scratches. It's important to check the hinges. If these are cracked, even a hairline crack, it will get worse over time, so it's good to nip that in the bud. For laptops that have a service panel on the back, which gives you easy access to the RAM and hard drive, I do like to take that off and just make sure both the RAM and hard drive are seated correctly. Since this is a Chromebook, both the RAM and hard drive are soldered, so we won't bother doing that. Next, we'll just open it up and make sure there's no visible damage to the screen or keyboard. So the keyboard looks cosmetically fine. There's no keys hanging off, everything seems to be visually okay. Have a look at the screen, and again, there's no cracks or scratches on the screen, so that's good. I'll try power it on. When pressing the power button, it does nothing, so this laptop hopefully just has a flat battery. It is USB-C, so I'll just plug it in, and it does power on okay. Take a look down here, we can see the battery is flat, so hopefully it does come good. While it's plugged in and charging, we'll continue with the tests. We'll go get started, I'll connect to my Wi-Fi. For Windows laptops, I always recommend doing a complete fresh reinstall of Windows before logging into any of your personal accounts, just for safety. But for Chromebooks, it's not as important, since these are pretty hard to install malware to, at least without the user knowing. But just to be safe, we'll go browser's guest for now. Now we're actually into Chrome OS. I will start by checking the keyboard. I just type in online keyboard checker. They're all pretty much the same. We'll just go to the first one. This is keyboardchecker.com. We have to close off some ads, they're a bit intrusive. There we go. And basically just press all the keys and hopefully they all light up. I don't like to run my hand across the keys, I do like to manually press each key. There's a few sentences that use all letters in the English alphabet, the most popular being the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So we'll enter that. So of that, I didn't work, but it does work. I must have just missed it. And also Q. That's fine. We'll do all the other keys now. Both shifts register as the same button, so just press both of them. This is the left one, that's the right one. They both work. Alt is not sure on this Chromebook. And again, there's two alts, so just press both. Two controls, both the same. The search button on a Chromebook isn't detected in this online test, but you can see it does bring up the start menu, so it's safe to assume that works. Again, Chromebooks do lack function keys, so instead we'll just use the shortcut keys at the top. So back, goes back, forward goes back forward, refresh, refreshes, maximize, minimize, brightness down, brightness up, mute, volume down, volume up, and lock. Now we know the keyboard works, we'll just double check the trackpad. Again, just moving it around. We'll try single click, that works. We'll try right click, just two fingers, and that works too. This is a touchscreen device, and it did come with the pen. So I'll just test the screen by touching all four corners and the center. So bottom right, bottom left, top left, and top right. And to test the center, just hold down on Chrome. There you go, works. Next, we'll check all the USB ports. Just using a cheap flash drive, not too sure what's on it. Pop it in, it was detected. We'll open up files, and sure enough, there it is, downloads. We'll remove it. Try the other USB port, works fine. Again, downloads. This has a micro SD slot, so I'll just put a micro SD card in there. And that was detected, no issues. I will safely eject it since I don't want to lose any data on it. Next, we'll just make sure the speakers work. Just go onto YouTube, something nice and easy. And there is sound. We'll check the built-in microphone, just using a free online sound recorder. Allow this time. And if we clap, we can see it does work. This laptop also has a 3.5mm headphone socket, so I've just plugged in a pair of headphones, and we'll try it again. Both the left and right channel are working, which is good. Finally, we'll check the webcam, just using a free online webcam tool. This is called Webcam Toy, and clicked on it, allowed access, and sure enough, you can see my hands moving. I have put a flash drive over there, just to sort of blur it a bit, but it is working. If the device has a HDMI or similar port, be sure to test that too. Unfortunately, this Chromebook does just do video over USB-C, and there's no dedicated port for it, so we'll skip that as well. Finally, we'll check the battery capacity. To do that, we do have to fully charge it, and you can see here, it is still flat. It will start charging eventually. It's just, it did get very, very low. But once it's fully charged, we'll unplug it from the power, and I personally like to check the battery capacity by playing a YouTube video in 720p, on loop, full screen, muted, at 80% brightness. I'm a fan of the Costa Rica video, so I've just muted the sound, gone full screen. We'll disable autoplay, right click, go loop, and make sure it's set to 720. And while doing the battery capacity test, I do like to pause it every hour just to note down the current battery percentage. So I'll just press F to exit full screen and check the battery down here. Presumably it wouldn't be still calculating, it would have a percentage. And then after checking it, note it down, go back to full screen and resume playing. For higher powered laptops with a shorter battery life, I would probably check it every 15 to 30 minutes instead of an hour. For really old devices, I would change it to 360 or 480p and check it every 15 to 30 minutes. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.